everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a current favourites video with some random reviews of things thrown in, and for a change it's not going to be all about makeup. I will start off with the makeup products, but then I will go on to a few other random things. Starting off with my favourite highlighter of the moment, and that is TheBalm Mary Luminizer. This was so highly recommended by quite a lot of people as a kind of go-to high-end highlighter, and I have to agree with them. I really enjoy using it. I've been using this for a long while now and I am barely making a dent in it, and that is only because I keep digging into the same spot, because I would get so much satisfaction in hitting pan in it. But really like the highlighter. I wear this every day for work because it is subtle but not too subtle and just gives me a nice healthy glow, so really liking this. Then we have a mascara which is from the brand Essence, and it is the Lashes of the Day Super Volume Mascara. This is one that I actually picked up when I was on holiday in Spain. I literally just picked this up because I wanted to buy something that day. When I spotted this I thought it was only a couple of euros, I'd give it a go, and I'm really enjoying using it. I wouldn't go so far as to say I love it more than the Lash Princess, but I do really like this as a good day-to-day mascara. It gives the lashes great volume, great length, and does give them a bit of curl as well. But once this runs out I will be repurchasing this here, which I think you can get it. I think I have seen it online, so we'll definitely repurchase this once this one runs out. Then we have one of the Jeffree Star Cosmetic Velour Liquid Lips. I've mentioned these in previous videos, so you know that I really like these, but the shade that I'm really loving at the moment is Gemini. This one has taken a trip in the tumble dryer, so the name has pretty much completely worn off on the bottom. It shows how robust the packaging is, because you would never know it has been through the tumble dryer. I don't even know how it got in there. I can only presume my toddler put it in there, because I don't even put it in my pocket, so I don't know how it ended up there. But anyway, it is a really nice liquid lip. It is a really nice colour, especially for this time of the year, because it's slightly warmer than what I've been previously wearing in the Celebrity Skin shade. But absolutely love the formula of these, and can't wait to see what shades are going to be in this year's holiday collection, because I might just have to purchase it. I've just actually noticed how many lip products I have here. The next one is a Sephora cream lip stain, and this is in the shade, I don't think it has a shade name, it just says number 23 at the bottom. This is the lip shade that I have on now, and this is one that I picked up when I was in Madrid in the summer, because we don't have Sephora's here in the UK, which I think is a travesty. We need to have Sephora, especially now that I absolutely love these liquid lips and would love to purchase more of them. I did just purchase the one because I didn't know if I'd like the formula, but this is a really nice shade, especially for this time of the year. So I didn't wear it a lot in the summer just after I bought it, but recently I've been reaching for this so much, and I think I'm making my way through it fast, and I wish I could repurchase it because it is such a nice thing, and I think they're reasonably priced as well. I think this was only like 11 euros, but yeah, really like these and want a Sephora in the UK so I can rebuy it. The other lip that I bought in Sephora was one of their Lipstories lipsticks, and I was drawn to this purely because of the packaging. I think it's got the, I think that might be Grand Central in New York, but packaging's really nice, apart from the fact that I keep popping the top in because it's cardboard and quite flimsy. But this again is such a nice shade for this time of the year. It does go on more browny shades than red, but it is such a nice warm shade, and it is a matte formula, which it has just reminded me on the bullet, which is helpful if you forget. But again, I don't think this was overly expensive as well. So far the couple of things I've tried from Sephora collection I've really enjoyed, and will continue to use this again, especially at this time of year. Then we have a lipstick from LA Girl, and this is a matte flat velvet lipstick, and this is in the shade Snuggle. This is one of the ones that was sent to me by Super Lady when we did the UK US box swap, which I will link in the cards. And this is a really nice formula, really nice shade as well. It's kind of Your Lips but better, a little bit warmer, and it is quite long lasting as well, and I don't think these are expensive. I do believe I can actually get hold of this on the Beauty Bay website. I do think they stock LA Girl, which is great for when I use this up, because I more than likely would repurchase it because I do really like it. Then we have a eyeliner, and this is the NYX Epic Ink Eyeliner. I had heard great things about this and recently just bit the bullet and purchased it to see what it was like, and I love it. It's putting me in competition for my favourite eyeliner, which is the Tarte Manizer. And I have kind of worn these on alternate days to see which one I prefer, and the Manizer wins, but only by a fraction. And I am finding myself reaching for this more and more, so this might overtake Manizer shortly once I get the hang of it, because I think it is a slightly wetter formula and the nib is slightly pointier. But I think once I get the hang of it, it might overtake the Manizer, which is fine by me because this is cheaper. So really loving this and so glad I finally got around to purchasing it. Then we have a couple of eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. This is one I've had for a little while, but it was mentioned recently in one of Kaylee Bote's videos, and she made me remember that I even had the palette and I had to reach for it. And to me, it's a really autumn looking palette. The shades there's a great selection of shades here. There's so many looks you can achieve with this palette. My favourite two are probably these two at the bottom. This is a duochrome, and I love a good duochrome. And this is a really nice purpley, reddy, burgundy, blacky type shade. You've got to be a bit careful with it because it is very pigmented and it is a bit chunky, but I do, once I've worked it out and blended it all out, I do really like the effect that it gives. And then I probably like these two shades next best. But really great palette. I haven't tried the new formula, but from what I've heard other people say, this formula's better. But so glad I picked this up. I think I got this from Amazon. It was only a few pounds, but yeah, this has been one of my most reached for palettes at the moment. My probably most reached for palette at the moment is the Makeup Revolution Emily Edit. I know some people are saying that they're not massive fans of this palette, but I really do love it. The more I use it, the more I love it. It's not for its quality, because they aren't the best quality eyeshadows, but it's for the looks that I can achieve. I just get so much inspiration when I open this palette. There's just so many different variations of looks that you can do. My favourite look is probably a green look, and it's what I've got on now using this palette. I've got Corduroy, Side Hustle and Grateful, and then I think I've got Dews, Paid or Midwest in my crease. I can't remember which one now. And I do love creating a green look from this. I love the purple looks you can get and the pinky looks as well. Sometimes you do have to work with the shadows, but I don't mind this, and I think this is probably the perfect palette for beginners because it's got such a range of shades. It's a brilliant start to anyone's collection, and even for me who does have quite a few eyeshadow palettes, I feel like it's a great addition because there are so many unique shades in here. I did do a full review of this palette which I will link, but since filming that I have fell in love with it even more, so it's one of my most reachable palettes. The next thing we have is the e.l.f. Mouth Off Lipstick Remover Pads. These are great for removing stubborn liquid lips, especially the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink lipsticks, which are a nightmare to get off. I am rationing myself on these though, because I've since tried to reorder them and they've been sold out on the website for about 6 months. So I take that to be that they are getting them back in stock, and I am devastated. I am about 2/3 of the way through this pot and I have one more pot in my drawer, and I wish they would bring them back in stock because I think they're great, and I think they were only £3. Literally one swipe of your lips and the colour's off. Really highly rate these. They are a favourite, but I am rationing myself on them. So we have a nail polish, and this is the Essie Top Coat. Got this as part of a 2 set when I was at duty free when I last went on holiday, and I really do like it, and it's the top coat that I reach for the most. I did always used to reach for the Seche Vite top coat, but I think I can't reach for this one a bit more. I'm actually thinking of filming a product that have been dethroned video soon, and this will definitely feature because it has dethroned the Seche Vite top coat. Then we have a couple of eye creams. The first one is the Benefit It's Potent eye cream. This is, I think it was the Luxe Size sample that I got part of a moisturising set that they had quite a while ago, but it took me so long to actually open this and start using it, but I use it every single night before I go to bed, and I've not got a lot left in the bottom, but I do feel like this does help improve my under eye circles, because I'm not getting any more sleep than when I first started using this, but I do feel like they're not as harsh and as purple and as aggressive as they used to be. So I know it's quite expensive, but I think once this runs out I am going to have to buy the full size, because I use it every single day. But I've been going at this pot for a good while now and I'm only just starting to run out. So I think it bodes well that if I do buy the full size one, it is going to last me a long time, because a little does go a long way. I solely use that under my eyes, and then for my eyelids and around my sort of fine lines on the side, I use the Tarte Maracuja Sea Brightener. This does say it is for the under eyes as well, but the times I've used this on the under eyes I don't feel like it works as well as the Benefit one. But it is a really nice eye cream, and I feel like it has helped with some discoloration that I had on my eyelids, so it brightens them in that respect. So I really recommend this, and again, a little goes a long way with this. I've been using this for a good while now and I'm not making much of a dent in it. Then we have a little micellar water that I've been using, and this is the Biore baking soda, and this smells really nice and really fresh smelling. Leaves my skin feeling nice and clean, but I feel like it kind of tightens it as well, but not in a bad way. I do use this as well as they did have a charcoal one. I use sort of alternate them, and then I do have my simple one, but I found that I'm not reaching for that as much because that sometimes irritates my skin, whereas these don't at all. Yeah, really like these, and think I will purchase the full size of this one once this one runs out. Then we have the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo. This is, I've probably only got a quarter of this left, and I'm gutted because it is quite expensive, but I know I'm going to have to repurchase it, because after trying to go back to Batiste, it's just not as good as this. It doesn't smell as nice, it doesn't make my hair feel as clean as this, and this does not have hardly any white cast compared to Batiste. So I really love using this, and I used to only use dry shampoo when I was desperate because I just generally didn't like using it, but sometimes I find myself using this just to freshen up, not necessarily when I need to, because I just like using it that much. So I'm gonna have to get another one of these once this runs out. Then we have a few random things. The first is this curling wand, and this is by the brand Morphe Richards, and this is the Headgear curling wand. I bought this, I think, on Amazon years ago, but never got round to using it because the few times I tried it, I just couldn't curl my own hair. I wasn't very good at it. But recently I've got a bit braver, obviously found YouTube, watching new tutorials and things like that. I've started to curl my own hair more, and this is great. I don't really make use of this spiral metal thing in the middle, but I do really like it, and I like that it's got a small clip to put the end of your hair in, and it doesn't catch when you then pull it out afterwards. I think I only paid about £20 for this, and I say it is a really great hair curler, and now that I've chopped all my hair off, I am wanting to wear it curly a bit more, so definitely glad I've got this, and will hopefully reach for it more and more now to have a more curly look, even though the issue I have is my hair will hold a curl great, but it tends to frizz up after a while, so that's the issue I have, especially when it's been warm. So now it's getting colder, I'm probably going to curl my hair that little bit more. And talking of hair, I have to mention my favourite ever hairbrush. I didn't think I would have a favourite ever hairbrush. To me, a hairbrush has always just been something to stop you looking a show when leaving the house, but this hairbrush is amazing. I have really thick hair, and as I've said numerous times, I have frizzy hair. This just glides through my hair. When I get out the shower, sorry, you'll have to excuse that it is slightly disgusting, I'll turn it this way. When I get out the shower and I brush my hair wet, it is always so tangled. I use detangling sprays, but they just don't seem to work. This just glides through my hair, and I think I actually got this as part of a Latest in Beauty subscription box, and at first there was nothing else I wanted, so I thought, oh, I'll just get a new hairbrush because the one I had was getting a bit old. But I just love it, and I think if I ever lost this I would run out and buy it again in a heartbeat. I love it so much so that I actually bought my daughter the mini version. I think she's growing up to get a similar hair type to me, and when she gets out the bath or the shower, her hair is so tatty, and when I use a normal hairbrush she gets a bit upset because it does pull. Since I bought the mini version of this, she loves me brushing my hair. I'm so glad I've got this, and if you haven't got one of these brushes and you have thick frizzy hair, I recommend that you go and buy one. Now on to entertainment. One of the films that I've been loving most at the moment is The Greatest Showman. When it first came out, I wasn't too interested about going to see it, and then a couple of our friends went to see it and recommended that we needed to see it immediately, so we managed to go and see it and I absolutely loved it. My husband was not so keen, but I just love a good musical, and I'd been hearing the songs on the radio from this, so it was great to put them into context when I actually watched the film. And even before, I think I got this for my birthday off my husband or off my daughter, before I had this I was constantly just listening to the soundtrack. I'd be regularly putting the soundtrack on Spotify and just listening to all the songs. And I also love as well that this is it comes with a digital copy, so it's somehow, I think because I got it, I downloaded it through the Google store, it's somehow linked to my YouTube, so I can go and watch this on YouTube if I ever want to, or I can watch the Blu-ray, which I think is great. But absolutely love this film. It is such a feel-good film, it is such like an empowering film, and again the soundtrack is great. I love Hugh Jackman and I love Zac Efron. Anything with Zac Efron in, I will watch, no matter how bad of a film it is. So definitely recommend watching this if you haven't already. On to TV shows. I watch a lot of TV. If I'm not watching YouTube, I'm watching TV. I used to be a really big book reader, but I just recently haven't been reading a lot of books. I used to always read a book on my dinner hour when I was in work, but then ever since finding YouTube and obviously Netflix becoming a big thing, that's what I tend to do now. The only book that stopped me watching things on my dinner was Samantha March's book, and that is the first of the 6 series that she's doing, and the first one was called Christie. I've pre-ordered the new one, Scarlet, which I'm not too sure what date this video is going up, but it's been released in the last week, I want to say. But I did pre-order it because I loved Christie so much. I wanted to read Scarlet immediately because I literally couldn't put Christie down. So I need to thank Samantha for reigniting my love of books, because I've been wanting to read again. Do get it on my Kindle, so we don't have a physical book to show you. Onto the TV shows that I watch. Most of them are on Netflix. We don't have cable or anything like that in our house, so we don't readily have available a lot of American TV shows, so unless it's on Netflix, I don't tend to watch it. There's a couple that me and my husband watch together, and then there's some that I watch by myself. One of the ones that me and my husband watch is Suits, and I think it's on like its 7th series now, and we're just watching the series after Meghan Markle and Patrick J. Adams have left. It's still a really good show, but it's not the same without them, but I still do love it. I work in an attorney's firm, so I'm in the kind of law for my job, and I've always loved law programmes. Ally McBeal is the show that made me want to do law. That came out, or I was watching that around the time I was picking my A-levels, and because I loved watching Ally McBeal, I then decided I wanted to be a solicitor and get a law degree. So TV shows have made me get a career in law. Another show that we watched recently that we really loved was The Ultimate Beastmaster, and this is like an assault course type show with all different countries, and it's really fun to watch and makes me feel like I need to work out. I'm not going to work out, but it makes me feel like I need to. For the stuff that I watch, I tend to watch slightly more cheesy things. Like I love RuPaul's Drag Race, I love Jane the Virgin, I love The Good Place, I also love Grace and Frankie. I've loved Lily Tomlin and things for years, so when I seen she had a TV show with Jane Fonda, I had to watch that. One thing that again I think has come out in the past week around the time of filming this video is the next series of Making a Murderer. I know it's not going to be as good as the first series because that was such a revelation, but I'm so excited to watch the second series of that because it is such a good show, the way it's filmed and produced, and I do love a good crime documentary. I recently watched The Staircase and Evil Genius, which are really interesting shows as well if you like that kind of thing. I could honestly talk about TV shows on Netflix all night if you let me. So I think I'm gonna end it there, but that is it for my random collections of favourites at the moment. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.